Well, here we are. It's 5:20 in the morning. We're at the trailhead. It's 24 degrees, so I'm going full Arctic. April 26th. D-Day. Snowbank Disappointment Lake Loop. $30 miles. Takes longer to get set up than it does to do the trip. I'm still getting dressed here. But that's what we got to do. I'm not going to film much because I got to stay focused. We're going to start off with a little handheld light instead of headlights and everything because the sun's coming up. And we just want to go slow anyway to start. Okay, we're going to double check everything. Drink some water. Grab a banana. I feel like I'm going to throw up. Turn all lights off. What's with you? Come on. There's the map. Here's where we are. I'm going to go all the way around the lake and back. Permits in the box. Here we go. We're starting at 5:30. this banana away for now. Fucking cold. This is the section we scouted on the 20th. Just a couple miles. A lot less snow now. Well, we're on our way. I'm gonna shut the camera down. Talk to you later when it's warmer. Here we are at the first beaver dam. We got geese, ducks. Everybody's mad at me. Well, let's see if we can get by here. Piece of cake. I was really worried about the high water levels, but so far so good. All right. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye again. Alright, we are about 4 miles in, making good progress. Still ice on the lake. There's Snowbank Lake. Beautiful. I gotta go all the way around till we get to Disappointment Lake, then we'll go around that. Just gorgeous. It's a tough section here. Vert. So far, so good. No huge aches and pains. If anything, my cardio is a little compromised. I'm not getting any hill work in the last few weeks. Gotta remember, no powered equipment at all allowed in the Boundary Waters. The trail crews that maintain these trails have to do it all by hand with old bow saws. Okay, I'm gonna get back to running. See you in a while. Still moving forward. Kind of beautiful, huh? Getting kind of technical too. Man, what a place. Okay. Let's go down. I just had to make my first stop to get some layers off. Feels like it's up in the 30s now for sure. Okay, I'll say goodbye again. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm not going to spend all day filming though. And that's what happens when the tree blows down in the boundary waters. Kind of out in the jungle here. Just trying to take it easy. Don't want any missteps. About 5 miles to go when I get on the north side of the lake, and there's a lot of old mature trees, much less technical footing. Whew. Yeah, a lot of trees blown down. I'm not looking at the mileage. I don't want to know where I'm at. I just want to put one foot in front of the other. Hopefully I'll be done before dark. Progress. Well, we're 16 miles in. We just did 10 miles of cliff climbing. It was just horrible. Hundreds of blown down trees. Never mind all the ones that the beaver have cut down across the trail. I'm only averaging 2 miles an hour as a result. I made the command decision, well, 4 miles back, to skip Disappointment Lake and just finish the loop on Snowbank, because I do not want to be out until dark, and at 2 miles an hour that's what it would take me. So pretty soon this section of the Snowbank Trail will intersect with the Kekakabik Trail, which is the main trail back to the trailhead. I don't know exactly how far that is. I'm thinking at least 6 miles, maybe 7. Everything has been absolutely gorgeous and wild, but it's been really tough for this old guy. minor sprained ankle on the right side. I was dreaming about finding some water because I was low on water and I didn't have my focus, and I stepped on something and down went Frazier. Whew. I'm managing, pressing forward. Just another day in the boundary waters. Every day, every hour, you got to overcome some obstacle. Okay, we'll check in later. Here we are. We've officially merged onto the Keck Trail, otherwise formerly known as the Kekakobic Trail, which makes me feel good. I've done this stretch at least a half a dozen times. It's hard to get lost, but finally off the Snowbank Loop part of the trail. I was up and down, up and back on this section probably at least a half a dozen times when I was training to run across the boundary waters on the Kekakobic Trail, which I did on October 12th, 2023. That's not a loop or anything, that's across all the way. Start off over on the Gunflint Trail at the what's called the end of the trail campground. So basically the Gunflint Trail is a dirt road that ends at the boundary waters, the farthest north in Minnesota road. When you're standing there looking at the water at the end of the road campground, on the other side of the lake is Canada. There's even a little billboard on the dirt road that warns you that if you've entered the country from Canada, you need to stop at the nearest immigration office and register. That's how far it is up there. Start around there, which is the east side of the Boundary Waters Canoe area, and run to the west side, which is where I started this morning. We're heading west now. The Kekakobic Trail, the Keck, isn't much easier not only to navigate but to run, because 100 years ago, before the state had airplanes and before the Boundary Waters was actually created as a protected wilderness area, they had built a fire tower out in the middle, about 30 miles east of here. And this was how horses, wagons, supplies, and the people that worked the trail, worked the tower. This is how they got there. So this is a pretty flat area. Obviously they chose it that way when they built the tower. And that's the history of that. I left the Gunflint up there at the end of the road campground and ran this way Ended up getting lost. Total 46 miles in 21 hours. Got lost because this is the Boundary Waters. It is one of 13 areas in the world that is designated as a black sky area. There's nothing out here. And I also ran, like today, with no moon. So it was dark, and if I learned anything today, being out there, and a dozen or two times, a couple dozen times, I paused trying to find where I needed to go, even with GPS, and scanning for signs of a trail, or a can, or animal tracks, whatever. That's how I was navigating today, but that's absolutely impossible at night, especially on the Keck. So I got lost, and I got lost because I was following my GPS, and I've been doing good all day. It was probably 9 o'clock at night, and I had left it 3:30 in the morning. And I got to a place where the trail that I was on just ended at the shore of a lake, just right to the water. No other signs of anything. So I figured I must have missed something, or the GPS wasn't right, or something. So I spent the next 2.5 to 3 hours trying to find the right trail. Finally got my mind regrouped. Started heading in the right direction again, and I ended up right back where I was before, at that same lake shore. So I finally said to hell with it. I went to the left and just started plowing through the brush. I didn't even get 30 feet. Of course, it was pitch black again, too. No sign of a trail. I didn't even get 30 feet, and there was a sign of a trail right there, right where I originally was headed. Boy, that was a disaster. I was so tired. So anyway, that was my Keck story. We're on the Keck. I'll check back in when we get back to the car, because I'm tired and tripping and talking too much. See you later. Well, we made it back. Barely. We only ended up doing 23 miles, but 10 miles up and down those rock ledges kicked my ass. I was not in shape for this run. I did not get any trail running in. Mostly just road and, soft trail. No hill work, and my cardio was absolutely ridiculous. I'm surprised I made it. The ankle's getting pretty bad right now. I'm going to take 4 ibuprofens, call Terry, and make a decision about what I'm doing, how I'm going to get home. Appreciate y'all watching videos and following me along. I'll talk to you soon.